Experiencing the disappointment of not getting that call back can truly stink. Whether it's from your snicker plug, a date, or as I'll be discussing today, a recruiter. If you've ever been ghosted by a recruiter, I'm here to tell you, I feel your pain. I've also had my heart broken on several occasions, as have many other people. In fact, one recent study found that 75% of job seekers have been ghosted after an interview. Sometimes you just want to get mad and send some really sternly worded emails, but then you've got to realize it might not necessarily be the recruiter's fault or yours.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, maybe sometimes it is their fault. Let's not point fingers yet, because today we'll try to figure out exactly why tech recruiters ghost you, how you can deal with it, and maybe, just maybe, even get their attention back. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hey, don't ghost me. Give this video a like and share your own ghosting stories in the comments below. Your likes and shares really help more people discover my content and channel. So let's begin. Reason number one, high competition. Recruiters have to deal with a high number of applications, and a good amount of candidates can end up being good fits for that role. So while you might get shortlisted out of hundreds or thousands of applicants initially, you can still get cut by the time a second round of shortlisting occurs. This is because the shortlist of good candidates actually end up being way too big to come through. This has happened to me before for a role I applied to. I got an email saying they wanted to move forward and would communicate the next steps, only for them to send a follow-up email a week later basically saying, oops, sorry to get your hopes up, but no. This obviously makes the recruiters and the companies look bad, so I see why recruiters can try to save face by ghosting altogether, which is even worse in my opinion. If you're gonna say no after initially saying yes, then do it with your full chest. Reason number two, change in hiring needs. Things change quickly in the tech industry, and so do the hiring needs of companies. What they were looking for yesterday might not be the exact same thing they want today. For example, when the sickness hit, companies were hiring up the wazoo because everyone and their grandma were suddenly doing everything online thanks to the lockdowns. But then as things calmed down, the demand shifted and companies had to do some serious rethinking. When ChatGPT dropped on the scene, it was like the tech industry's jaws collectively hit the floor. Suddenly, every company was like, we need AI. Like yesterday, they were scrambling to figure out how to bring the talent to make it work. So when priorities shift like that, companies can sometimes hit the pause button on filling current open roles and redirect all their hiring efforts to tackle those fresh opportunities. And that means that people who are right in the middle of talks for certain jobs could end up getting caught in the crossfire. Why? Because companies and recruiters change their game plan real quick. It's like being at the right place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Reason three, constant follow-up. I know we all get anxious when we don't get that call back after a while. And if you're like me, you almost have to forcefully stop yourself from sending a barrage of emails asking for an update. But that's the thing, you have to be patient. You have to remember that while the job might be one of the most important things to you in that very moment, you're just one out of many tasks that recruiter has to complete every single day. And frequent follow-up calls or incessant emails only delay them from completing those other tasks they need to do in order to get back to you. One research showed that 43% of recruiters blacklist overeager and aggressive job seekers. Yes, blacklist. Meaning that not only are your chances of getting that current job gone, so are your chances of getting picked for future opportunities by that same company or recruiter. So please be patient during those waiting periods. You can send a follow-up email maybe a week or two after the timeline has passed, and move on if you still don't hear anything back. Hey, the game is the game. Reason number 4, exaggerated qualifications. Now, this is one reason where you as the job seeker might be in the wrong. Sure, we all want to stand out in a sea of other candidates, and due to this, some people might exaggerate their qualifications just a little bit. For example, your resume might say increased revenue by a significant number percentage, when in reality, your role or job function couldn't have had such an impact. The exaggerated qualifications or experience might get you on a short list initially. However, recruiters tend to double back to cross-check if what you put on a resume is truly accurate. And if not, they simply cross your name off the list and you may never hear from them ever again. Reason number 5 is personal emergencies. I thought I'd end my list on a human note. The truth is, recruiters and hiring managers experience life just like you and every other person. And when they're going through family emergencies or unforeseen circumstances, the last thing on their mind is replying a bunch of candidates. I don't think there are really any action points to take from this other than ensuring to always keep this in mind in your dealings with recruiters. If you are to send a follow-up message, please don't be rude and don't lay your frustrations on the recruiter, because you just don't know what they might be going through at that particular moment in time. Now you know the reasons why. But what is the best way to handle a recruiter ghosting you? One really smart way to protect yourself from the onset is to immediately ask for a timeline after you receive that first email. This will let you know how long the hiring process should take from start to finish, and that will inform the rest of your actions. Once that timeline expires, it makes sense to send a follow-up anchoring on the timeline they set initially, asking if something has changed. If you're sending multiple follow-ups, make sure to space them out as much as possible, as they might have already seen that previous one but haven't gotten to replying just yet. Remember to keep your email short and to the point, and don't forget to be courteous and grateful for their time. Once the timeline has passed and you still get no replies, then it's time to move on to other opportunities. Just like the date that failed to call back, you owe them no loyalty once you've waited a reasonable amount of time. Dust your resume and continue your search for that dream job. Don't assume you'll be sent a rejection email. Many companies never do, hence the title of this video. Finally, make sure to note down where you've applied to previously so you don't waste your efforts reapplying to the same places in quick succession. And there you have it. Those are the 5 reasons why recruiters ghost you and some tips on how you can deal with them. Remember, getting ghosted is a normal part of the job hunting process. It really shouldn't be, but it is. So don't let it define your experience and outlook. Be proactive, be professional, and keep your eye out for new opportunities. Have you been ghosted by a company or recruiter? Please share your experience and how you dealt with it in the comments below. Hey, we're all in this together. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more valuable tech career advice. Until next time.